Yo, my people, the podcast is taking off. And I told you this podcast is going to be bringing very engaging personalities. And I have one of the most... Look, you're just going to enjoy this interview, trust me, because this lady, with the train, she says it as it is. Like, no sugarcoating, no holds bars, everything on the table, nothing off the table. And she's a very beautiful woman I've known for like 15, 20 years. And I just felt like, look, if you want to have engaging conversations, there's none other than Miss Baaba Khan. Baaba, what's up?
Hello, Nee. Can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear. You're being too.
I was finding it difficult hearing you, but now I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, you hear me better now?
Yes, I hear you better now.
You're done. Say you can hear me. So, Baba, you still can, and you have a marital names this year.
Oh, no, I'm still Khan. I'm still very, very much Khan. So I am Baaba Khan.
Baaba Khan.
Yes.
Are you? Yeah. Why are you against marriage, or you're almost there?
Oh no! I'm so not against marriage. I am so not against marriage.
Do you have plans of tying the knot pretty soon?
I will tie the knot pretty soon. I don't think so. I don't know.
What are the timelines? What are your timelines? What are your timelines?
I don't have a timeline.
You don't have timelines?
I don't have a timeline.
So
no, seriously, I don't have a timeline. You see, I believe that sometimes when you have timelines, you are forced to accept what you may not be able to live with in a longer term.
I don't understand.
No, I don't
break it down to my level.
Okay, so let's say that I've given myself a 2-year timeline, right?
Yeah.
Now, because there's a timeline that I have set for myself, if any man comes and I still have some red flags and everything, I'll still be looking at the timeline that I have set, would say yes to him, and then after the marriage, I may have issues sharing space with him. Let me put it like that.
But why should you have issues?
One of the most important things for me in relationship and share my space with, because I don't like sharing my space.
But why? Why don't you like sharing your space? Let me tell us here. Why are you being selfish?
No, I don't like sharing my space. So I've lived alone for quite a while. So I've become very comfortable with my own self. I know how to enjoy my personal space without.
For those of you who don't know what
in there.
For those of you who don't know what Baaba is out of, you can see here, very pretty woman, fine woman, Akosha Brabonti, you say what? Akosha Brabonti, you say what, Baaba?
Oh.
Why? Your space, what about your space don't you want to share with people? I don't get it.
Lovely, I'm a wonderful cook.
Look at this beautiful woman.
Beautiful personality, I'm blowing my own horn. I'm blowing my own horn, you know?
So why don't you want to share your space? What space? Look at this. Oba Fefe. What space don't you want to share, Baaba?
It's difficult sharing your space with someone who doesn't have the same values as you, someone who does not look at things from your perspective, someone who doesn't share the same kind of ideologies and all that. It's very difficult sharing spaces with people like that. So I need to take my time and make sure that the person I decide on, I'm gonna enjoy sharing my space. I'm a lovey-dovey. I'm the indoor type. I'm the kiss me, hold me, cuddle me kind of type. So I have to make sure that I find someone who likes my type of people.
Okay. I mean, I don't understand what that means, but who the fans I will take it as is. I mean, we don't have a choice but to take it, but to take it like that because
Take it as that.
because I mean, once you're dating someone, the essence of dating, in my opinion, is you want to see your compatibilities. You want to see where you guys, interface.
Yeah.
And also see your differences and see if these are non-negotiables for you or these are things that you can agree to look over or gloss over, ain't he?
So far so good.
So far, so there's somebody.
So far.
Hey,
we believe things will go well. We believe things will go well.
You and who is the we? No? But Baba, you said no, nothing off the table. In Africa, why are you being all?
The we is the we. The we is the we. So far so good.
No, Baba, you don't hide anything. Why are you hiding?
Me?
Why are you hiding him?
You want to force me to say things. You want to force me to say things.
But what are we talking about here? You say you don't hide anything. You prior to the interview, you said nothing off the table. Nothing they adding. We want to know.
But I don't like. But you know me. I don't hide things.
Yeah, but if you're not hiding, so I mean, let us know who the he is.
Yeah, I don't hide things. Like
Okay.
I've said, it could be in the pipeline. It could be a little away from the pipeline.
But I'm thinking that you would know. Okay, you see, but this is the thing. Abba, this is the thing. I kind of think that for men, and I'm not speaking for all men, and they shouldn't come for me. I kind of feel that when you give that room,
someone is trying to catch my attention. Someone is doing everything possible to get.
Or someone is trying to catch your attention.
And it's breaking me.
Yeah, I mean, I can still hear you. I'm sure it will come back. So is it? That's for the data.
Yes, it's back
Okay.
now.
Yeah. So somebody's trying to catch your attention, trying to. Hey, what does it take?
Trying to.
What does it take to finally catch your attention?
It doesn't take much, actually. It doesn't take much. You need to be yourself, first of all. You need to be very, very much yourself. You need to be someone who has total control over their emotions. You need to be respectful. It's very, very important to me. Not being respectful towards only people within your circle, but people outside of your circle as well. You need to be hardworking.
Okay.
That is very, very important. You need to be someone who knows how to strike a balance.
Okay.
As much as you're hardworking, you should also understand that sometimes home needs you. So you should know how to strike a balance. Yeah.
Okay. So Baba, I mean, I've known you for over 20 years, and I know the kind of personality you are.
Yeah.
I can't date you because
No,
you are who you are. How is this guy able to deal with you? Because you say what you feel like saying, like regardless of whether you're on TV or you're on social media. And I know it's hard for men because, most men like women, they like to hide and all that. How is he able to deal with your ecosystem?
He likes it. You see, surprisingly, any man who has come my way actually likes how I am.
Really?
Yes, any man who has come my way actually likes how I am. They like how bubbly I am. They like how blunt that I am. When there is a problem, I am not going to cut around corners. I'm going to come at you straight. This is what you did. This is what it made me.
So Baba, it's one thing being bubbly and because you're a really lively personality, but men will like you to be bubbly in our ecosystem. That is me and you if you were my girl, right? But you are who you are regardless of where you are. So how are they able to deal with the sort of things you'd be saying on TV or on social media that has nothing to do with them? Like when their friends say, hey, shall I dish your girl there? She be hard though. Like, are you able to deal with her and stuff like that?
Okay, so first of all, I am always always on radio. So any man who approaches me, you have an idea what I do. You have an idea how blunt I am when I am talking. So before you approach me, you know what you're coming in for. Nonetheless, I've had an instance where that relationship did not last. I've had that particular relationship. I was hosting a sex show at Kofi TV then. And you know how blunt that show was. It was
before you continue.
Blunt.
Wait. Let me play an excerpt of one of those things that you said, so people know. I mean, for those that don't understand, it's very sad. But let me play one of the things she said on that show, and then for people that understand this, the language, they'll get it. Where is this video? Okay, you keep talking. I'll find the video. Let me get the video right now.
So I remember very well that day, the topic that we discussed, we were teaching people how to give BJ, how to lick the vagina and all that. And immediately after the show, he called and said, I should resign. And I'm like, what do you mean I should resign? Yes, he can't stand it. Why is his girlfriend teaching people how to lick a vagina?
Okay, so I've seen the video. Just give me one moment. Let me play the video for people to get what he said.
Okay.
Wait, do you hear it?
Good girl, bad. Now, my
I can't hear it.
Okay, let me.
True is sweet. I'm momedze maka mo wara mukuno pio on pio trumineze medi me ice cream bugu ho. E ice cream gu line mu na all sono kwa. Na de teacher man na zafa mavis abaye bad. Wo chafo. Seriously. And I someone can be a good girl. Now, my teacher that can be a good girl. That it's the ice cream. No, I do go. It's in line. No, no, not all it. No, it's not. It's different. I don't want to wish shake. That man will be the luckiest man on earth. Man.
Okay, so. Hey, Abba. Oh, Davey.
Yes.
So it was this interview that made him say you should resign?
No,
I would say resign if it was me too.
This wasn't it. That particular one.
Oh,
we had actually brought sex toys into the studio. So I was demonstrating with the sex toys how to lick a vagina and how to give a BJ. And I was doing the deep throats and all that. So I guess he felt a little, So immediately after the show, he called us like, no, you have to resign. I can take care of you. This job. I said, no. I did not go to school to end up not practicing what I studied in school. So that was actually what ended that relationship.
So Baaba, let's piggyback a little bit. So before you went for that particular program, you already probably knew the topic you were going to discuss. Did you have a conversation with him and say, no. Why not?
I don't think I had to, or I have to, or I need to discuss every topic that I go to discuss on TV with my boyfriend before. One, you know that at the time he knew I was hosting a sex show.
Yes.
I started the show before I started the relationship. So he had watched some of my videos.
Yeah.
He knew the kind of things we were doing.
Yeah.
There had been episodes where we had demonstrated sexual positions and all that. So he had actually seen most of the episodes and he knew what we were doing. He mostly would even join the live, watch and all that. So you coming just one time because of a particular episode which made you feel a bit offended, and then you go like I should resign and all that. I believe he could have spoken to me about toning down some few things.
Exactly what I was going to ask.
All out.
I was going to ask, like, did you guys ever have any conversation whatsoever prior to you guys dating about what you do and how he feels about it?
No, there was never a conversation like that.
And for you,
There was never a conversation.
and for you as a person, yes, you might have been doing.
There was never a conversation like that. But I think what made me feel he was comfortable with it was, I think at the early stages of the relationship, he would ask what topic we're going to discuss. And then when I tell him, he would go and Google and send me information about the topic. You get it? So it gave that impression that he understood what I was doing and he was okay with it.
But okay, so this is what I was going to ask, that even you as a person, yes, he might not have said anything, but you know that, okay, I was doing the show before I met him, but the dynamic has changed. Like, this is no more just me doing what I want to do. I have a partner now. So you didn't think that it should inform some of the things you'd be doing, you know, hitherto after meeting this guy? Like, okay, I could say anything, but now that I have a partner, I need to be very measured in the kind of things I say on air.
Me, it was a job. It had a producer. It had a director. You understand the job.
Yeah.
It's mostly not what you want to put out there. It's what you've been asked to put out there.
Yes.
The best I could do to make him feel secured was not to mess around with men. To make sure that when it comes to the show that I was hosting, in as much as a lot of men would want to have a taste of you, a bite of you, they would want to experience what you're talking about. You as a person, me as a person, need to know, I needed to know my boundaries and I needed to keep my boundaries in place. And it is something that I made sure I did every step of the way. So if you're in a relationship with me, or you were in a relationship with me at the time where I was hosting that kind of a show, and I made you know, I made you feel that you were safe with me, then I believe nothing else should have mattered. In fact, till date, I still talk about sex when I go on one of too few shows. I may not be hosting the sex show, but as somebody who feels very comfortable talking about sex, as somebody who knows and understands that there are lots of things in our society that in order for us to curb, we need to openly talk about sex. When we're talking about infections, sexually transmitted infections, sexually transmitted diseases, issues about teenage pregnancies and all that, we need to be open about sex. We need to educate people. Even grown-ups at a point need some level of education, and we can only do that when we are boldly talking about sex. I don't have a problem talking about sex. I've never had a problem talking about sex. And I know I would never have a problem talking about sex. Anybody who has been in a relationship with me knows that. I do not have a problem. There are a lot of young people that I speak to when it comes to protection, abstinence, and all that. These young people need to know, they need to learn. And if they are learning, you need to talk to them in order for them to learn. So it's still going to be a part of me one way or the other.
So you're saying to me that regardless of whoever you meet in the future, you're not willing to compromise on those things if it's a problem for the person? Because for you, it's love me, love my dog. I come with this, you must take it. You shouldn't be able to impact it in any way. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And truly, yes. Me, you see, truly.
But that's not a relationship. You're supposed to relate.
Nobody else have had an issue.
Okay, but I'm saying that
Apart from that one,
yeah.
nobody has had an issue.
So let me ask you, when you go on air and say all these things, men as they are, or some men as they are, I don't want to be generic, will inadvertently think that, this girl, Charlie, she's spoiled. She's a bad girl. She's a bad, look at the things she's saying. Like she's going to put eyes in someone's ass and lick it and, men will naturally want to gravitate towards you or make moves on you because in their minds, when you say all these things, then this girl, she's a hoe or she's a bad girl or something. How do you deal with that kind of attention?
Now, it's very interesting. You realize that the moment you start talking about it, I started laughing.
You started laughing, yeah.
I've actually had some experiences where I had to go very hard on one or two people. I remember there was one instance where I had met this person at plus 233. It was supposed to be a business discussion. It was actually after one of the shows, so it was quite late. It was Friday night. It was quite late. I got there, he was with his friends, so I took a seat and then sat a little farther away from them. I was sitting there when he came and he was like, why don't you, he asked me to remove his dick and put it in my hand and rub it. Yes. So I was like, excuse me? Then I was like, oh, Nese, what's the TV so I
What, speak English?
Yes, I've had people come at me like that. You'd meet people who would show some form of interest with you in you, but then as conversation goes on, then you come to understand that it is not you that they are interested in. They want to come and experience the things that
you say,
you talk about. Yes, the things that you talk about. If there is any show that I ever hosted that kept me grounded, it is this particular show. Because I understand how men are, I understand how men think. So before I started hosting the show, I knew that men were going to come at me. It was up to me to decide whether I was going to allow them to have pieces of me or I was going to keep myself for myself and the person that I'm in a relationship with.
So the person you are in a relationship, when you say these things to, do they say to you, well, I told you so, or something like that?
Oh, no. They understand what the jobs brings. They perfectly understand. When it comes to relationship, anything relationship, I make sure I do not rush into it.
Okay.
I don't believe in short-term relationships. I believe in long-term. So I take my time. I make sure that this person that I'm saying yes to understands what I do and wouldn't have a problem with it. And then aside they understanding what I do, he also understands who I am as a person and what I stand for. Yes, I may be naughty in my own way. As for that one, if I say I'm not naughty, I may be lying. I am naughty in my own way. But then I am naughty with the person I am with.
Okay.
You get it? If I am with you, if I feel safe with you, if you offer me that safe love, I can be that naughty. But it is with you. I am with you, so it is with you. Beyond that, I'm that person who might not even respond to your messages.
Interesting. So based on what you just said to me, do you think people are more... do you think people want honesty or they want comfort when it comes to relationships? Or let me just... Do you think some truths are too brutal, so you'd rather not let your partner know the truth, some truths?
Some truths are too brutal.
Why?
You don't have to be too truthful. You don't have to be all honest.
Why?
Being honest with a person, right? Being honest with a person is actually based on the person's emotional intelligence. How emotionally intelligent that person is. Someone who is not emotionally intelligent, there is absolutely no way that during your sexual act you would go and talk about wanting to put ice cream in their ass and licking it and doing ice.
What has that got to do with emotional intelligence? What has that got to do? What has putting ice?
What say? He has fought. All the men have had you. You are too experienced. Where did you learn it from? It's like that.
So is this prior
It's
to
like that.
really?
Yes. Oh, this girl, oh, she spoiled too much. This girl, she spoiled too much. The things she did do, she spoiled too much.
Is it because the person is not used to stuff like that? That's why they feel like you're spoiled, or
Yes. Yes.
But then that's
A lot of people are not used to things like that. And then in some cases, it is
Yeah.
the men who request that you do these things to them. So when you are that kind of a woman, if you're my kind of a woman who wants to do it, who just comes out to do it, sometimes, I said she's a bit too spoiled, she's a bit too much, and sometimes too, you may genuinely be too much for some men. Genuinely. You may be genuinely too much for some men.
So in a case like that, are you saying that you're going to then pretend to be naive than you actually are? I mean, if you truly like the person. Because you're saying this based on the fact that I asked whether you have to be brutally honest in a relationship or sometimes you need to be sketchy with some detail. And you are saying that you need to be sketchy sometimes. So that's what I'm asking that question. That are you going to then mean that if you like the person, then you're going to hide it from the person for as long as you can, or what?
I can't hide it, Tony. You know me. I can't hide it. I can't hide anything.
So that means that you're not going to. If you date someone, then you have to let the person know everything. That's what you're saying.
So you're gonna know, right? You're gonna know that I like doing these things, but then when it comes to doing it to you, it's something you need to gradually introduce it to the person.
Yeah.
You don't just go all out.
Yeah.
You see, so imagine you're with somebody. I'm with somebody who has never, ever had their ass licked. Never had anybody use ice cream, ice cubes, nothing on them. You can't just go all out. You can start with whilst you're giving them BG. Then you try to move down a little.
Okay.
As you're moving down, you would get a reaction. If it's a good reaction, you will know.
Okay.
If it's a bad reaction, you will know. Then you know you either continue or you stop. And even with that, even when you get a good reaction, you don't go all out on the first day. You take your time. The first day you go a little further. The second time you go extra. And then you ask if it is okay if you eat ice cream off their dick. If they say yes, then you go ahead. Then gradually you're taking it down. So it's not something that you just start. No,
yes.
you will scare the man away.
Okay.
Yeah. You scare the man away. Then as time goes on, if he's up for more, then you can go ahead and do it. But one thing that people also need to understand is when you come out as that naughty, men actually tend to ask for even more than you may want to offer. You get it?
So these are these experienced men who have been exposed to more than you're giving, or these are vanilla?
So there are a lot of men who are exposed.
Okay.
A lot of men are very, very, very exposed.
I'll ask you a question after this. Remind me that I'll ask you a question after this.
They don't want women to be as exposed as they are.
Why?
That mentality, she's spoiled. A lot of men have had her. That is why she's that experienced.
She knows what she knows.
Exactly. I've had the opportunity to attend about 2 or 3 sex parties where men actually do freaky things.
How about the sex parties were in Ghana or where?
Yeah, in Ghana. There are sex parties that goes on here in Ghana.
Send me the location. I want to go to one tomorrow. So like what?
It is pay to unlock location. Usually, it is pay to unlock location because you don't just put the location out there. And
what did you go and do there?
These parties, no, I wanted to
research.
Know what was going on.
Yeah, so research. I know you say research. I know you will research.
I wanted to know what was going on. I remember very much. I remember so well. I remember the first one like yesterday. It was a Friday night. I had closed from the sex show, so we got there pretty late. So the moment we got there, somebody is having sex here, somebody's licking vagina over here, somebody's sucking dick here, someone is doing this. Like, it was going on. It was a
So you
full
go
house.
with you go with your partner, or it's like you go alone and then it's a free for all?
What they do is the organizers bring in women. The organizers bring in females who understand that this is what we are going to do.
Wow.
Right. And then other people pay to be part. So the money that you're paying to get into that party, it includes drinks, food, the women, men, everything. So when you go there, everybody there understands that we are here to have sex. So
With
this
condoms,
person
with
can have
condoms or
sex
what?
with you. It depends on you.
Okay. Interesting.
It depends on you. Yeah.
So you can just, when you go there, you can determine that, okay, Abba is a nice girl, I want to sleep with her. Once she agrees to sleep with
Exactly.
me.
Exactly.
Got you.
Exactly. And all the girls that have been brought also know that this is the reason why we are
they're
here.
there.
So there is not going to be anything like, no, I don't want to sleep with you. No.
But she must like you. She must
Go ahead and
agree
sleep
to do it.
She must agree to it. But then she knows that is why she's there.
She's there. Okay.
Yes, she knows she's there to have sex with men.
Okay. Well, continue the
goes on.
story.
Then
Story's sweet.
then there are the orgy ones.
But how different is that from
When
a sex
some-
party?
Okay, so with a sex party, you can decide to have sex with just one person, or you are done with this person, you move on to the other. But then the orgy is when
It's communal. It's communal.
yes,
every all play all.
communal. About 10 people. This one sleep with this person. This one is doing this. This one is touching.
I see. I see.
It's like that.
You've attended that party too?
Yeah, I attended that party too.
That one too was for research.
So the organizers were actually my friends.
Oh, okay.
That's why they allowed me to go.
Okay.
The organizers were my friend.
Send me the
It
location. I
was
want to go there this
someone
weekend.
And the husband. It was a couple. It was a married couple
Okay.
that used to organize those parties. So, bringing it back to being freaky in bed.
Yes.
When men who have had this kind of
Experience, yes.
comes to meet you in bed and
Yes.
you are that freaky, it makes them believe that you engage in these kind of parties, these kind of activities.
Because
So
what
to
girls
them-
who don't go to these things won't do the kind of things that you do.
That's the mentality that some men have.
I was gonna
That's
ask
the
you.
mentality that
I was gonna ask you this. I mean, there's a saying that African men are very frigid when it comes to being in the bedroom. Are very conservative. Is that true? Based on your experience and third-party experiences.
some.
I mean, but generally, if you're doing a percentage, what would you say the freakiness to the unfreakiness is?
I would say that majority of the men are actually freaky.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
There are a lot of men who would allow you use sex toys on them.
A lot of men.
Yes. A lot of men.
Okay.
That is why they say that it is straight men who usually go after gay men.
Oh, I never heard that. Interesting.
It is straight men who usually go for gay men because the gay men will do what they want them to do. That's doing the anal and all that. It is not every woman that you would get to put a strap on and give you anal as a man. In order to get it easily, you have to go to a gay man. There are a lot of freaky men out there.
Wow.
There are lots.
Because there's a notion that African men are very frigid. Like we're very conservative. We don't guard it and all that.
They make society think they are frigid. They are not.
But why would they have to
They
pretend?
are not. They are naughty. They are naughty. They want everything to be done to them. there are African men who are what you call this one this slave and master kind of sex thing.
I don't know.
Where pain brings you pleasure.
Or the sadism, or
is it SBD something?
Oh, BSDM or something.
SBD something.
Also BDSM. BDSM.
Where
yes.
pain BDSM, where pain brings you pleasure.
Pleasure, yeah.
There are lots of men who get handcuffed and get whipped by girls, and that gives them pleasure.
That's not a mental situation.
But you see, you need like this. Some small girl can get you, handcuff you,
and beat you. Well, look, I know there's all kinds of people in this world, so yeah.
But you see, because our society never really encouraged us to talk about sex openly.
Yeah.
People pretend they don't know these things, they've never experienced these things and all that. But they actually know. And they have experience. In fact, they keep experiencing. Like I said, there are men who would actually ask you to put bullets in their ass.
What's bullet?
And when I say bullet, I'm not talking about a shooting bullet, no.
I was wondering, like,
we have a vibrator that's called bullet. It's small, it looks like a bullet.
Oh, okay. And what do they do with that? They put it in the ass, and then what does that do for them?
You put it in the ass, and it vibrates, and they get that sensation.
What do they need that sensation for?
So the ass, the sensation in the ass actually feels nicer than any form of penetration. Reason being that the asshole contains all your nerve endings. That is where all your nerves end.
So why would men enjoy going to the loo then? Because they should enjoy going to the loo. Go to the toilet.
Loo is different.
How is that different?
Loo, there is no thrusting.
Oh, okay.
There is no thrusting.
Got you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
With this one, there is thrusting. The vibration sensation also gives you that ticklish feeling. As well, yes.
Does it make men squirt?
So men enjoy. No, the anal won't make you squirt.
But it gives you like some strong orgasm.
It gives you a very strong sensation. You can actually have an anal orgasm.
Oh, okay.
You can actually have an anal orgasm. But then when it comes to squirting, it is vaginal.
Oh, okay. So this conversation was dovetailed off because you were saying when men realize what you can do, the expectation is that you do more than what you actually might be able to do. And tell me, like, what has been your most weirdest expectation from any guy?
Usually
because you've done everything.
Oh no.
There's some things you haven't done.
I am measured.
Oh, okay.
I am very measured.
So you just talk.
I won't do it.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not talk. It's not talk. Oh, shit.
Because the way you're talking, I thought you've done everything. I'm surprised there's something you haven't done.
I make use of my ice creams. I make use of my ice blocks.
Okay.
My tom, all those minty candies and all that. I make use of all of them. But then when you do these things, it is easy for a naughty man to ask you for either a threesome or an orgy.
Okay.
Because they believe that once you are able to do that,
then you're exposed.
Yes. Yeah, you're exposed and you'll be able to do that.
You're open-minded.
So it is up to you, the woman,
to set your boundaries.
to have your boundaries. This is what I don't do. It's just up to you. It's just up to you. If not, you'd be forced to do more than you would ever want to do.
That's interesting. Okay, now let's move to side chicks. What is your your opinion on side chicks in marriages? Some people say side chicks are a necessary evil because they actually help marriages. What is your take on that?
They do help marriages.
The side chicks?
Side chicks do help marriages. Now
they don't break marriages?
Let's first of all, they don't break marriages.
Really?
Marriages are broken by the couple, not the side chick.
How? Why?
If your partner leaves you, he or she is leaving you. Okay, we're talking side chick, so let's focus on the men. If your partner leaves you, he's leaving you because he wants to leave you. It is he wants to leave you.
But that may be informed by something he's been exposed to or something the side chick is doing for him.
No. If another woman is able to do something that will inform your husband's decision to leave you, then probably your character there's question mark.
Really?
Your character there's question mark, and he's seeing an alternative. An alternative he believes is better than what he has. But if that is not the case, there is no side chick on the surface of this earth that can influence a man to leave his wife. If the man is not willing to leave the wife, or if the side chick is not using anything spiritual to change the man's mind, no.
So
side chicks necessary evil. Let's first talk about the issue of sex. There are women who do not have high sex drive, no matter what you do to them. They have a very low sex drive. So, such a woman, you have a husband, side chick. Your husband has a high sex drive. The side chick has a high sex drive. My dear, the husband won't come for you to overly complain because you get the satisfaction elsewhere. You will not feel that your husband asked for too much sex. Why? Because he's getting it elsewhere. Believe it or not, most often than not, when a man feels pressured at home, he'll go to his side chick, go cool down, and then come back to his wife. There are lots of things. There is fight at home. He will just go cool down, come back. There is a lot of things that side chicks do in the lives of men that most of the time a wife wouldn't do.
For example?
It will take us back to the bedroom.
So it's always about sex? Is it always about sex?
Wives, I remember.
Are side chicks only good for sex?
I remember. I'm coming. I remember there was this viral video where a wife ran into the husband's side chick in a supermarket, and she confronted the side chick. And while the confrontation was going on, the girl was like, because of you, my husband will come and ask me for threesome. My husband will come and ask me.
Oh, she knew the husband's side chick.
She knew. So the wife felt that because the side chick is giving, that is why the husband is now asking him, asking her to
do the things that she's doing for him.
To do the things that there are wives who believe that I'm your wife. You need to respect me in the bedroom. There are things you don't have to do to me in the bedroom. So then the man will go to where they can get to do these things. You get it? So it becomes a lot. when it comes to food, when it comes to who to talk to. Believe it or not, there are some couples who cannot sit and have a decent conversation. No. That couple that if you want something, maybe a business idea you want to discuss with your partner, you won't get anything meaningful. But then there is a side chick somewhere who is so industrious, understands how business works. The man will easily go to the side chick and get some quality advice on what to invest at what point, what to do to make their business boom and all that.
Baba, but don't you think that, I mean, if we even extrapolate it into relationships, like when you guys are dating, I mean, you know, even in Ghana, there's a saying that dating is sweeter than marriage, or, you know, like, because you guys see each other sparingly, or even if you see each other a lot, you still don't live together. You're not together as a married couple. So for the side chick, it's very easy because the guy doesn't spend all his time with you. He comes to you as and when he can, and then he leaves. So it's easy for you to manage that kind of relationship than it is for a wife who is in a full-time relationship, a full-time marriage, who's always with the guy, who sees the guy in and out and all that. So definitely the dynamic will be different. The dynamic between the man and his wife will be very different from that of him and his side chick. It doesn't make the side chick better, but only because she sees him every now and then. So it's easier for her to manage the relationship.
There are lots of, when was I talking to somebody about this? I think somewhere last week I was telling people that there are lots of people who are in love but they don't like each other. You can only share a space with somebody you like. And when I say somebody you like, there are couples who have been married for years, 15, 20 years and above. But then they are able to still share space. Why? Because they genuinely like one another. You can be in love with somebody. You can be very much in love with somebody, but not.
We can't see you.
For me, I beg, forgive me.
I'm
trying to connect something to my phone. Yeah. I think this better. Is it okay?
Yes,
yeah.
It's better, yes.
The people who are married, they are in love, but they don't like their partners. You need to like somebody in order to be able to share a space with them.
Okay.
When it comes to liking somebody, you need to like how they sound when they are talking. You need to like the thoughts they share about things. I mean, you realize that sometimes you would like somebody, you'd have this solid friendship with somebody. But the moment the person starts having a conversation with you, everything they say irritates you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you don't have feelings for the person. You do. But their thoughts on issues and everything irritate you. Such a person, it will be extremely difficult to share a space with them. So after you looking for who, the one you love, that one you love must be someone you like.
So you're saying that, are you saying to me that you can love someone without liking the person?
Oh yes, you can so love somebody without liking.
Really? I thought it graduates from like to love, not the other way around.
Oh no. The like is attached to the love.
Okay.
There are lots of men who are in love with women but can't spend the smallest time with them because they don't like them. They don't like them. They love you, but they don't like you. They don't like I said, they don't like how you talk. They don't like how you carry yourself. They don't like you, but they love you.
But you know what? You're frozen here. So let me play this your video and then just log back in.
Okay.
Yes. So let me play this video. Whilst I'm playing, just log back in.
Yep. Hospitals in your maternal because the next is saying up in medicine. So does it mean that baby it does not need improvement? Still people are dying. Just last month, I don't see the Ukrainian last month. I don't see any Uriah. Beginning, it was missing. Yeah,
Time and another sister. University in that time you pay.
Okay, Baba, welcome back. Don't dare. Don't dare. So I didn't know you were political too. Are you an MPP person?
I'm a citizen of Ghana.
Hey, Baba, and you see, don't do that. Don't dare. Tell us, are you an MPP? Are you a supporter of the New Patriotic Party in Ghana?
I am a citizen of Ghana.
What does that mean?
Ghana has happened to me before. This accident that I was talking about, that was when I was at TV Africa, when I was hosting Political Police.
Okay.
I had an accident, Ridge Hospital. There was no bed. The effect of the accident was on my pelvic. In fact, my pelvic bone had cracked. And I had to be seated in a wheelchair for close to 3 hours because there were no beds. That has happened to me before. Prior to that discussion, there was a gentleman that had died because of this same no bed syndrome. So
Yeah.
I see some things that government spend money on as a waste of public funds. Money that can be channeled into better things that will benefit the citizenship. Being wasted on something like changing the name of the airport. Who does the name Kotoka International Airport affect? How does it affect the nation? If someone wants to come to Ghana and the person goes to Google the name of the airport and it is Kotoka International Airport, would the person say that because of the name of the airport, they are not going to come to Ghana? No. The timing for that name change is and will always be wrong. Changing the name of any institution is not free of charge. It costs the state money. So changing the name of the airport costs the state money. I remember that very show. I said it, Arnold said it, that changing the name of the airport was going to cost the state up to about $7 million. Money that can be channeled into something else.
So for you, the issue is not the name change, but the cost implications of doing that. You're thinking that $7 million could have been channeled into something that will be more beneficial to the populace. Okay,
Exactly.
I think his issue too was that. Yeah.
When you're saying something and it goes against someone.
Yeah, Baba, you're a bit low. You might want to talk a bit loud because you're a bit low.
Okay. So I was saying that when we're talking about anything that concerns the nation and it goes against one political party, you are immediately tagged as a supporter of the opposition party.
Yes.
But then I am first and foremost a Ghanaian.
Yes.
When it comes to the hospital issue, when I go to the hospital, I will not be asked if I am NDC or MPP before I'm attended to. There is no hospital I'll go to that they will tell me that because I am NDC, they will get me a hospital bed. Or because I am MPP, they will not get me a hospital bed. No, I am a citizen who is concerned about how things are run in the country.
You see, so this is the thing. I think his issue was, prior to this new party coming to power, there was a party that was already there. And this same party had done what these guys are doing. And for him, where was your voice at that time when they were changing the names of universities and all that? His issue was ABBA still in Ghana? Why is it such an issue now when it was not an issue before? I think that pretty much was what he was trying to ask you or say to you.
So you see, the fact that you didn't hear it doesn't mean I didn't talk about it. You know how vocal I am, especially on my social media platforms.
Yeah.
And when I sit in front of camera, I'm not afraid to say anything that I believe should be said. The fact that you didn't hear me talk about it does not mean I did not talk about it. Mr. Beautiful that night was only speaking in favor of his party. He is an NDC president. He has always been an NDC person. He's one of the few people that politics ruined their career. He's one of the few people. So saying anything that goes against NDC, he's going to take it as an attack on his party, and he'll come in to defend his party. And unfortunately, I am the type who just sits down for you to go political on without me saying anything.
Okay.
I know the point I was making, understood the point I was making. It had absolutely nothing to do with which party, this party A or party C. The point is, it was the change of the name of the airport was a waste of money. Everything needs to change. Everything needs to change, including letterheads.
Yes.
Including souvenirs that they give out. They are going to give all these contracts to people. And we know how contract issues are in this country. So it was going to, or should I say, since the name change has been effective, it has cost the taxpayer money.
Yeah. And you think it's just frivolous expenditure because $7 million, I mean, that's conjecturing, but it's still going to cost money anyway. And that money can be channeled into other things.
You can, with a cost, you can actually Google.
I mean, I'm not doubting it, but I mean, even if it was $1 million, this is $1 million that can be used for something that can directly impact people. You know, yeah, I can understand like a lot of form, no substance.
We still have villages that are struggling to get potable drinking water. We still have people who do not have common tables and chairs to sit on to study.
Yeah.
And we are wasting money on airport names. What does it do to us?
Abba, are you a member of any party in Ghana?
Oh no, I am not.
You don't belong to any party?
I do not belong to any party.
Well, like I told you, I mean, I think Baba froze. She might be having data issues. But I told you this was going to be a very interesting conversation. Definitely have to bring it back because there's still so much we need to talk about that we haven't spoken about. I'm sure you guys enjoyed this conversation. Stay tuned. I'm bringing her back definitely for a part 2 of this interview. So until next time is